Ilia El Matador Topuria wants all the smoke. He wants Islam. He wants Khabib. And he said Khabib, that's like his dream matchup. He has a lot of respect for Khabib. Islam, not so much because he mocked him in his Instagram story, posting his knockout loss from years ago, ages ago. But Khabib, he said that he respects his like undefeated record. He would love that fight. And he talked about that fight yesterday as if it's a possibility. And he said that he would 100% beat Khabib, which that's pretty bold of Ilia to say. I mean, that's just crazy talk. I mean, first of all, that Khabib fight, I know it's your dream fight, but unfortunately your dreams are going to have to get crushed because that fight is far from possible. Khabib is content on staying retired. He's declined multiple offers to come out of retirement for crazy amounts of money. So with all due respect, I cannot see him coming out of retirement for you, Ilia. So that's not happening. But if that fight did happen, does he really beat Khabib? What are his chances? I don't think he beats Khabib. I know Ilia Topuria is a good fighter. He's probably more well-rounded than anyone else Khabib has fought. I mean, he's good on the ground. His scrambling ability is good. He's got good takedown defense. And of course, he's got the boxing advantage over Khabib and a power advantage. But everyone has good takedown defense until they fight Khabib Nurmagomedov. Everyone's good at getting back to their feet until they fight Khabib Nurmagomedov. When you're fighting Khabib, it's a completely different story. And I'm sorry, Ilia, but if that fight happened, I really believe Khabib would completely shut your game down and completely neutralize you. I think the size of Khabib would be a problem. The strength of Khabib would be a problem. And Khabib is really good at trapping people once he gets them on the ground. And I know Ilia's jiu-jitsu is good, but how is he off his back? I mean, from top position, his jiu-jitsu is dangerous, but from bottom against Khabib, I think his jiu-jitsu is going to be useless. And then even as far as the striking goes, I mean, Khabib could use his height and his footwork to his advantage, and Khabib is very underrated off the back foot, underrated defense, but a really good chin, so I think he could take the shots of Topuria, but his pressure is also effective when it comes to getting in, getting his takedowns, and I just don't think Ilia would be the one to take that O from Khabib. And as far as Islam Makhachev, same deal. I mean, Islam is Khabib, minus the crazy ground and pound, but even better striking, more power, better defense, maybe not as good of a chin. Like, Ilia would have a better chance at putting Islam to sleep. I think Islam Makhachev would win that fight, and I do think that Topuria is kind of I don't say he's underestimating Islam. He'd be stupid to do that, but he might make that mistake of underestimating his striking. He might be surprised in there with how good Islam's striking is. I could see him getting hurt in some scenarios. And then when it comes to the grappling, it's Islam all day. Now I get it. Volk, who Topuria did beat, yes, gave Islam a lot of trouble. But you got to consider, even though that was Volk on a full camp at his best, that was Islam at his worst. Horrible weight cut. Because how they regulate weight cuts in Australia is different from like North America and Abu Dhabi. So Islam didn't really have a lot of time to rehydrate properly. So he went into that Volkanovski fight compromised. But what if he's not compromised in there against Ilia Topuria? Then Ilia is definitely going to get it. He's going to have his hands full. But I like Ilia's confidence. And I mean, in this game, you got to be confident and sometimes even delusional. I mean, this is how Ilia Topuria is going to gain traction, by calling out the Makhachevs and the Khabibs of the world. Even though he's not getting the Khabib fight, it's drawing attention to him. I do think the Islam fight, though, is a possibility. I just don't think it's warranted yet because Ilia has not defended his belt yet. I'd like to see him fight a contender, maybe give Volkanovski an immediate rematch. Although we don't want this for Volk, it's what makes sense for the featherweight division because Ortega is not deserving of a title shot. Or maybe fight Movsar Evloev, two undefeated featherweights. I want to say Max Holloway, but He's got business at lightweight, and that fight with Gaethje could change the trajectory of Max's future in the featherweight division. But we'll see. Although I do think it's kind of crazy that fans are actually backing Ilia on this. Like, they actually believe in his chances against Makhachev and Khabib. I mean, me personally, I don't see it. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments.